ni mwe batangila ko atukamifuuluka tata Kaunda pamilimo iyo mwabomba mwatufumya mubusha mwatulenga abantu ngwa tata ati mwalileke lyokulya tamwalelala otamwaletusha opakupoko buntu ngwa tata otukamifuluka mwe bachifweni mwe pamilimo iya mwabo mwe batangila mwe batangila ikumbilya kupapa kasuba nechalo chena chafita imitima Yesu yafunaika omwe bakututula ni mwe ikumbi chalo imitima yafunaika mwe bakututula ni mwe bakutula ni mwe ati mwe batangila ni mwe batangila mwe batangila ko otata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba otata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba awe tata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba ati tata mwali bomba chachine ukutupelo buntungwa kuba Kaunda otata mwali pyunga chachine tata mwali pyunga otata mwali pyunga chachine tata mwali pyunga otata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba otata mwali bomba chachine tata mwali bomba awe tata mwali bomba chachine ukutuleta chapamo tamale kabulula awe tata mwali bomba awe tata mwali bomba ati mwende bwino ati mwende bwino ati mwende bwino otule milombela ko ati mwende bwino otule milombela ko nesa wesu mutuje bwino.
Thank you so much, St. Paul's United Church of Zambia Choir. What they were saying, Your Excellency, is that it's words of praise to His Excellency, Dr. Kaunda, saying, our Father, you have worked. Our Father, you have preached. Go well, our Father. We continue with speeches. At this particular moment in time, may I call to the podium respectfully Your Excellency Mr. Bonito de Sousa Belsada Diego, the Vice President of the Republic of Angola. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency Edgar Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, and First Lady Madame Lungu, distinguished members of the Kaunda family present here, distinguished representatives of the mourning Zambian society, honorable heads of states and government, dignitaries, I speak to you on behalf of His Excellency Dr. João Manuel Gonçalves Lourenço, President of the Republic of Angola, and through him, on behalf of the whole people of Angola. Excellencies, Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda is a son of Zambia who was born in Lubwa near Chimbali and became on his own merit a son of Africa whose dimensions reflect the representativeness and symbolism of this ceremony. It is no secret to anyone that Kenneth Kaunda's achievement go beyond Zambia's borders. This great nation he founded in 1964. Kaunda has become so big that there is part of him in Angola, Botswana, Namibia, Malawi, Mozambique, South Africa, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe, in each of our Southern Africa countries. Kenneth Kaunda was an eminent Pan-Africanist, fighter for the liberation of Africa, starting from Zambia, his homeland, and ending with the creation of the frontline states against the apartheid, today SADC. Kenneth Kaunda fought for the dignity of the African people and for the human rights in general, alongside with eminent freedom personalities such as Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Agostinho Neto, Julius Nyerere, Sam Nujoma, Oliver Tambo, Kwame Nkrumah, and Jomo Kenyatta. Kenneth Kaunda also fought for the dignity and civil rights of the African American communities in the United States, the Caribbean, Brazil, and Latin America in general, the today sixth region of the African Union. On behalf of all the Angolan people, including the Angolans who over the years have chosen Zambia to live, study, and work, I render the most profound homage to this giant son of Zambia and Africa, to whom we say today goodbye with this great wisdom, his white handkerchief, and this contagious joy that are forever recorded in our memories. As the one who looked for honey, creating his own solid basis for a strong social, political, and economic Zambia, Kenneth Kaunda receives today that deserves homage from all those that, after all, are direct or indirectly the result of his great achievement. Viva, long live President Kaunda. One Zambia, one nation. Thank you. Zikome Kwambiri.
Thank you, Excellency, the Vice President of Angola. We continue with speeches, Your Excellency. It is now my real honor and privilege to invite to the podium His Excellency Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, former President of the United Republic of Tanzania, representing Her Excellency Samia Hassan, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency Edgar Chagwa, President of the Republic of Zambia, members of the Kenneth Kaunda family, Excellencies, heads of state and government present, Your Excellency Rupia Banda, fourth President of the Republic of Zambia, fellow mourners, ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing here on behalf of my President, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan. She has sent me here to represent her. She would have wished to be here in person, but due to exigencies of office, she could not. She says she is with Your Excellency, the family of the late President Kenneth Kaunda, and the friendly people of Zambia in mourning the death of the first president and the founding father of this great nation of Zambia. I convey her deepest condolences and sympathies to Your Excellency, the Kaunda family, and the people of Zambia. She says she understands your pain and sorrow on the loss of your great leader, champion of Zambia's independence struggle, and the founding father of Zambia. She's asking God Almighty to give you strength and fortitude during these somber and difficult moments. President Samia Suluhu Hassan wants to assure Your Excellency and the great people of Zambia that the people of Tanzania share your sense of loss and void. KK was our leader as much as he was yours. Tanzania remembers with fondness the friendship, cooperation, and solidarity he had with Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, the first president and founding father of the United Republic of Tanzania. They worked like twins born from different mothers. These two iconic leaders of ours built strong bonds of friendship, cooperation, and solidarity between our two countries and our two peoples. Ever since their time, Zambia and Tanzania see eye to eye on many bilateral, regional, African, and global issues of mutual interest. President Samia Suluhu Hassan would like to assure Your Excellency and the friendly people of Zambia that she will do everything within her power to see our bilateral relations grow from strength to strength and to the greatest heights possible. She believes this is the best way to honor the life and legacy of this iconic leader, a great Pan-Africanist, and champion of African unity, and hero of the African independence and liberation struggle. She says, we, the people of Tanzania, remember President Kenneth Kaunda as that courageous leader who worked tirelessly and closely with President Nyerere and Sasere Sekama, the first president of Botswana, leaders of the liberation movements, and the progressive forces the world over to advance the cause of liberation of Southern Africa from colonialism, white minority rule, and apartheid. One cannot write the history of the liberation of Angola, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Namibia, South Africa without recognizing the critical role played by President Kenneth David Kaunda. His name will always be written in broad letters of gold. Long live Kenneth Kaunda. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Amen.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for those kind words. May I now call to the podium His Excellency, the Right Honorable Dr. Mokgweetsi Majoro, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Lesotho. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, Excellencies, as we bid the final farewell to the late President Kenneth Kaunda, the first and founding President of the Republic of Zambia, achievements he made for his country and for the role he played in the liberation struggles of the African continent. To the bereaved family of the President, Kaunda, and to the government and the people of the Republic of Zambia, sisters, we are in communion with you as you mourn the passing of a towering figure of our times, of the African continent. Their leadership, legacy of President Kaunda, if those of us now carrying the mantle of leadership on this continent can commit to finishing the job these noble leaders initiated, of freeing he will be remembered among many of his outstanding roles as one of the founding fathers of the Organization of African Unity, the Southern African Development Coordinating Conference, now SADC, and for the caring refuge he offered to men and women who were persecuted and had fled for daring to demand their political and civil rights in the countries of their birth. The late President Kaunda has left a legacy of resilient leadership in the fight for what is just and for what is right. His deeds and his record will remain for posterity like dinosaur prints etched in stone. May his soul rest in peace.
Once again, Your Excellency, it's my rare honor and privilege to call to the podium His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, the President of the Republic of Malawi, Your Excellency.
African governments free of corruption and oppression. From our planting of this seed, let us harvest a new Pan-African generation with a vision for borders that feel open, not closed. From our planting of this seed, let us harvest a new Pan-African generation with the energy to trade goods between Africans and Africans. From our planting of this seed, let us harvest a new Pan-African generation with a resolve to build roads and rail, connecting Cairo to Cape Town and Dakar to Djibouti. The harvest of a new Pan-African generation is Dr. Kaunda's lasting legacy. A new Pan-African generation is what Dr. Kaunda sought to build. When Dr. Kaunda took young patriots from across the continent under his wing, he was building that generation. When Dr. Kaunda continued working for the good of his nation, after losing his citizenship, he was When Dr. Kaunda fought for Malawi to be included in what is now SADC bloc against much opposition, he was building that generation. When Dr. Kaunda called me on the phone last year, in the days following my election as president, fortress that protects Africa from those who seek to exploit and divide her from within and from without. We must walk together with one heart as he taught us, building one Africa as he showed us, and seeing one vision as he did. We must make sure that the initials KK become on our lips The tears we shed today will water the soil beneath us until this seed we are planting today becomes a harvest of hope within us. Though we lay Dr. Kaunda to rest, we will never give his Pan-African dream any rest. On behalf of the Malawian people, Pepani.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We continue with the speeches. It is once again my great honor
the Kaunda family, Dr. K.K. Kaunda, on behalf of all the people of Botswana, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, single Union, then known as the Organization of African Unity. Which was not an easy path for our own independence and position vis-à-vis the white minority-ruled South Africa caused much suspicion among many in Africa. Microphone and megaphone for Botswana. And to him and to the Zambian people, it is time to say thank you. Thank you to Dr. Kaunda, to Dr. Kaunda, we say thank you for forging that and championing the liberation of Southern Africa. Many times when life comes to end at an advanced age, many think it normal and expected to pass on. But when a figure of the stature of Dr. Kaunda passes on, many asked of themselves, how long would they have to live to achieve what Dr. Kaunda personified in forging unity, in forging including doing to others as you would have them do to you. Fellow mourners, let me end by urging you not to mourn for too long, for Dr. Kaunda has left all of us a rich legacy, and it is to us that we should be looking to carry it on, and to you to fulfill it. I thank you.
It is done. It is done with my Father. The Lord with our Father. Kwa chibusa wandu wanseko yangu epalo wamfyuka kwa tibufi ngabala chilikila bafwa ngana kuwesha wetata. It is well. It is well with my soul, with my soul. My soul, muten kuline, mutente, mutente.
President of the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellency.
even as the brutal apartheid regime sought to wreak havoc in the frontline states in its efforts to destroy the liberation movement, Dr. Kaunda stood firm and never wavered in his support for the people of South Africa and the people of our region. Zambia provided us with the material and moral support and gave refuge to our leaders and those who had been forced into exile from our country. The people of Zambia embraced us as South Africans, and today we view Zambia as our second home. Zambia took us into its bosom and gave us sustenance during the very difficult days of our struggle. So South Africa is grateful for the support we received from Zambia, and especially our leader, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. We will never be able to pay the debt that we owe you. And all we can say is thank you, thank you, thank you for all you have done for us to be a free people today. South Africa is grateful that we could acknowledge Dr. Kaunda's great role in our struggle for freedom during his lifetime. In 2002, he was bestowed with one of our highest national orders, the Order of the Companions of Oliver Reginald Tambo in gold. Reginald Tambo having been his great friend over many, many years. He was also the first head of state in our region to receive Nelson Mandela in 1990 after he was released. Nelson Mandela, the father of our nation in South Africa, felt duty-bound that he should undertake his first visit outside our country after 27 years of incarceration to Zambia, to come and personally thank Dr. Kenneth Kaunda for the friendship, but also for the support that the African National Congress received from Dr. Kaunda and Zambia. Today is the passing of an era. Dr. Kaunda was the last surviving leader of the generation who lit the path to Africa's freedom from colonial misrule. He has left us, but we know that what he stood for, the standard of leadership he set, and his progressive ideals will continue to live on. He was a man of all seasons. As a freedom fighter, he led the liberation movement to victory and to independence. As a president, he led with humility and selflessness. He walked amongst the people. He refused to surround himself with the trappings of power and influence. And this is what we can learn from him. He was a man of extraordinary statesman who even after leaving office continued to play an important role in national life, advocating who worked to advance African unity and integration. He loved young people. He wrote of how being among the youth always filled him with humility and respect. He called on Africa's youth to work hard, to reject lives of idleness and vice, and to be part of nation building, saying, "The fate of this country is in your hands." He was also a champion of African self-reliance. We draw strength and inspiration for this now more than ever as we find ourselves in the grip of a deadly pandemic, COVID-19. He would be proud to see us working together as African leaders to bring a recovery to our continent that is rooted in compassion and human dignity. Like the mighty and noble African fish eagle that adorns the national flag of Zambia, Comrade KK, as we fondly called him, has soared into the sunset. He has left a Zambia that is proud and free. He has left one Zambia, one nation. He has left an Africa that is united and strong. In taking forward his legacy, let it be that Dr. Kaunda's teachings on compassion, empathy, and dignity are Africa's gift to humanity. And that, in the words of one of South Africa's iconic leaders, Steve Bantu Biko, who said, "It is we, the peoples of Africa, who bestow on the world a more human face." And it was Dr. Kaunda who did indeed bestow that human face on humanity. Tiende pamodzi nimuntima umo. Let us go forward together, one heart, one spirit, united, and let us go forward for equality, for justice, for human prosperity, and for a better Africa and a better world. May his soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We continue with the speeches. It is now once again my rare honor and privilege to invite to the podium His Excellency Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, my brother and a colleague, President of the Republic of Zambia, members of the Kaunda family, Your Excellencies, heads of state and government, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps who may be here, the great people of Zambia, comrades and friends, it is a dark period in the history of Zambia, the SADC region, and the African continent in general, as we share the deep loss with the great people of Zambia following the passing on of the founding president of Zambia and one of Africa's last surviving founding father, President Kenneth David Kaunda. On behalf of the people and government of the Republic of Zimbabwe, and indeed on my own behalf and my family, may I, in a very special way, pass my deepest sympathies and condolences to the Kaunda family. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Zambia, my dear colleague and brother, Dr. Edgar Chagwalungu, and the great people of Zambia, for the loss which has befallen us as a region. Our hearts are with you in mourning, and my country declared 14 days of mourning in honor of our revolutionary leader, David Kaunda. In President Kaunda, the continent has lost a Pan-Africanist, liberator, an elder statesman, visionary leader, and a selfless cadre who dedicated his entire life to the independence and development of the continent of Africa. He was an epitome of humility and wisdom, a source of inspiration. Comrade KK, as I would like to call him, was the last man standing. Are all long gone. These include Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, Sékou Touré of Guinea, Julius Kambarage Nyerere of Tanzania, and Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt. All over Africa, the late President Kaunda was a torch-bearer for freedom and emancipation of the people of our great continent, Africa. Closer home, he vehemently opposed racist apartheid in South Africa and the brutal white settler colonialism in the then Southern Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. I vividly remember the unwavering support he provided to the liberation movements who were fighting for independence. The history of Zimbabwe will never be complete without tribute to the contributions made by the late President Kaunda and the great people of Zambia for our own independence in Zimbabwe. I grew up here in Zambia. All my education here in Zambia, and graduated with a degree in law here in Zambia at UNZA. I have a strong attachment to Zambia, which indeed is my second home. Dr. Kaunda never believed that Zambia was free when other countries were still under the shackles of colonialism. He lived his life in fulfillment of the founding principles of the Organization of African Union, the OAU, which were centered on unity, solidarity, and sovereignty. He has left us a legacy of selflessness, love, togetherness, unity, and his One Zambia, One Nation motto, which embodies true patriotism of Africa. Today, I also pay my personal tribute to this heroic man who modeled me into the person I am today. I remember when I was at Hodgson College, it's now called David Kaunda. When I joined the UNIP then and became Secretary for Youth of UNIP here in Lusaka, 61 and 62, but some of you were not there. The late David Kaunda inspired and mentored me, ushering me into the world of politics and the youth. He was a liberation icon, strategist, an advisor, and a true friend of the people of Africa. At the peak of imperialism in the then Southern Rhodesia, many young men and women fled the country to seek refuge here in Zambia. Dr. KK welcomed all with open arms and gave all shelter here in Zambia. Comrades and friends, at a time when the world is grappling with the invisible COVID-19 pandemic, as Africa, let us emulate what Dr. Kaunda taught us, to remain united. Tiende pamoja mtima umo. It is my dear brother, to my dear brother and colleague, President Edgar Chagwalungu, I wish you and the people of Zambia successful elections as the nation continues in the rich democratic traditions and legacy established by the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Finally, I say, rest in peace, elder statesman and gallant son of the soil. Yours was a life well lived. We remain with fond memories of your service to Zambia, to Southern Africa, and to the continent as a whole. Us who remain will continue on the path to develop and improve the quality of life of the liberated people of our region and Africa. May his dear soul rest in eternal peace. Zikomo, twalumba, twatotela sana. Obrigado, I thank you.
Thank you, Your the President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, and Madam First Lady, Your Excellencies, the family of Kenneth Kaunda, fellow Africans, ladies and gentlemen. We have come from far and near to pay tribute to the life of a true and noble son of Africa. I must at the outset extend the deepest condolences of the government and people of Ghana, of myself, and of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, of whose authority I have the honor to be the current chair, to President Edgar Lungu, to the government and people of Zambia, and to the family of Dr. Kenneth Kaunda on this great loss. We are gathered here to mourn that the President of the Republic of Ghana has come all the way from West Africa to pay tribute on behalf of Ghana and ECOWAS. But then there should probably not be much surprise. As part of Zambia's Independence Day celebrations in 1964, and to symbolize President Kaunda's early Pan-African credentials, the national football team of Ghana, the Black Stars, came here to play the Chipolo Polo of Zambia at the then newly completed Independence Stadium. Today, we're marking what is truly the end of an era on our continent. With the passing of President Kenneth Kaunda, the last of the great freedom fighters, the philosopher kings, and independent leaders of Africa has departed. Like the continent's other philosopher kings, Ghana's Kwame Nkrumah, Kenya's Jomo Kenyatta, Tanzania's Julius Nyerere, Senegal's Leopold Senghor, Kenneth Kaunda, memorial words, meaningless unless it was linked with the total liberation. His vision for his country's post-colonial future left a profound imprint time in office. He might have been president of Zambia, but it was the struggles of his neighbors to be free from the shackles of colonialism and white race domination. Rhodesia UDI providing the turf for Cold War confrontations. It is difficult to imagine that the ANC was ever anything else but a ruling party, or that there were over battles where young South Africans died needlessly. Zambia was one of the celebrated frontline states that stared down the apartheid regime of South Africa. And as president of Zambia, Kenneth Kaunda never forgot that fact a single day. When the global fight against apartheid was reduced to the passing of endless resolutions condemning the regime, President Kaunda offered his country as a refuge to the liberation movements. Lusaka it was that became the headquarters of the ANC. and Zambia paid a high price. The traditional routes to the ports for exports from landlocked Zambia were no longer available, and Lusaka was regularly and ruthlessly bombed by apartheid Air Force jets. Through it all, President Kaunda kept to his firm conviction that all liberation fighters, no matter where they came from, should be and were as safe as Zambians in Zambia. When I visited his home in the outskirts of Lusaka in July 2018, as part of my official visit to Zambia, it represented a solemn moment for me. I was seeing in person the man popularly referred to as KK for the first time in my life. He was 94 at the time, but he was hale and hearty. He had fond memories of his last visit to Ghana in 1977, and it was obvious to me that old age had not diminished his intellect, neither had it diminished his strength. We're given to understand that at his birth, his parents gave the nickname of Buchizia, or the unexpected one, to Kenneth, having been born in the 20th year of their marriage. He might have been unexpected, but he certainly turned out to have been most welcome and influential in our lives on the African continent. His last public appearance on the continental stage was at the funeral of Nelson Mandela. Their lives were so intertwined, fighting for a free, dignified Africa, that it was appropriate that he should speak at Great Madima's funeral. On behalf of the governments and the 350 million peoples of ECOWAS, I extend our deepest condolences to the family of President Kenneth Kaunda. Thank you to the family and the people of Zambia for sharing him with us. Go well, freedom fighter. Sleep well, the humanist. A grateful Africa bids you fond farewell. May God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We continue with speeches. Once again, a privilege to invite to the podium His Excellency Mr. Filippo Jacinto Nyusi, the President of the Republic of Mozambique and the Chairperson for SADC, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency and dear brother Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, esteemed Kaunda family, Your Excellencies, brotherly Zambian people, the peoples of SADC member state are in mourning. The voice of the father of the Zambian nation, the one that sprang up in Luba, near Chinsali, in 1924, His Excellency Dr. Kenneth David Buchizwa Kaunda has been silent, suddenly and forever. In difficult situations such as these, extraordinary strength and clarity are required to overcome emotions. In the face of death, words become empty, dry, and sterile. In fact, death is the only certainty that floats us in the midst of all our uncertainty, awaiting us as a destiny. Comrade Kaunda was indeed a statesman who always stood up against racial oppression and injustice. He was a passionate promoter of Zambian humanism based on the African system of values Kenneth Kaunda was the ambassador of the oppressed at international forums. How to accept that SADC has lost its founder? The collective presence of SADC's leaders at this solemn farewell is an expression of the priceless respect and gratitude for the immense contribution. Comrade Kaunda has offered his country as a safe haven for many Mozambicans, Namibians, Angolans, Zimbabweans, South Africans, and others who left their countries because of oppression and racial injustice. Zambia paid a big bill over a long period. In Zambia, Kaunda has always worked to build a united nation without discrimination based on race, tribe, gender, or religious belief, under his famous motto, One Zambia, One Nation. No one is surprised that Zambia is a cohesive country of recognized political stability. This is the work of Kaunda. The way in which Kaunda led the struggle for the independence of Zambia in 1964 was a strong inspiration in the peaceful struggle for the independence of some sister countries such as Malawi, Botswana, Lesotho, Mauritius. Is engraved in the collective memory of Mozambique. It was here in Lusaka, in the early afternoon of the 7th September 1974, in a region enjoying peace and a democratic rights. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a recent memory when in 2014 I visited President Kaunda in his private home to ask for his blessing. It took me. This vision was evident in his last voice message, recorded and addressed to the heads of state and government of SADC member states who met after his demise at the external summit in Maputo, the inception of SADC. Kaunda was a man with a multifaceted character. His passion of music left us the famous song Tiende Pamozi Ndimtima Umo, which continues to be sung in many countries in the region and around the world. His love for football resulted in the national team bearing the name KK11. From Kaunda, we learned that when elections are lost, the loser recognizes the loss and congratulates the winner. We also learned that with the end of the presidential term, the work does not end. It left us with a good example of philanthropic work in combating HIV and AIDS and other humanitarian crises after the left power. Nobody can erase this and the more deeds of this great son of Zambia and of Africa. Your Excellencies, dear brothers and sisters, let me, on behalf of the peoples and governments of the SADC member states, the Mozambican people I lead, and indeed on my own behalf, convey our most heartfelt condolences to the beloved Kaunda family as well as to the brotherly Zambian people and to you, my dear brother, President Edgar Lungu. Please let me speak to President Kaunda. Mzee Kaunda, men of your stripe shall never die, for there is no tomb they can fit into. The deep-rooted tree you have planted will remain with us, and we will continue to water and care. May Comrade Kaunda, may Comrade Kenneth Kaunda's souls be at eternal peace with our Heavenly Father. Aluta continua. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We continue with speeches. It is again my rare privilege and honor to invite to the podium His Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia. Your Excellency.
Thank you. Bereaved Kaunda family and the bereaved nation of Zambia. Your Excellency Edgar Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia. Your Excellencies, Heads of State and Government, fellow mourners, ladies and gentlemen. It is said, say not in grief, he is no more, but live in thankfulness that he was. I'm honored to be here in Lusaka, our home away from home, a citadel on the front line of the Southern African struggle for independence, to say, not in grief, that the colossal and indomitable son of Africa, Kenneth David Kaunda, is no more, but to express our thankfulness that he was. Comrade Kenneth Kaunda was a giant on our continent, an extraordinary personality who was one of the frontline fathers of African independence. As an icon of our liberation struggle, this luminary has left an indelible footprint on this continent, a perpetual reminder of his profound impact, which continues to reverberate from Cape to Cairo and beyond the shores of Africa. He was a statesman par excellence, who combined revolutionary but moderate, thus enlightened political views of a vision of humanism. His influence stretched beyond the borders of this continent. I had a long speech prepared and President Wahamba gave them the plane that they can also come to be here. But last minute, they were told, because age is catching up, so they were asked by doctors to remain at home. I was also going to be accompanied by students that were educated here at the institute that I was heading. I was going to bring the Chief Justice of Namibia, Deputy Chief Justice of Namibia, Minister of Home Affairs, some magistrates, but when we were told they may only end up at the airport, last minute they had to remain. So I'm here to come and say to you, Comrade Lungu, President of Zambia, and to Kaunda family, to Zambians, that we Namibians, through me, are saying thank you. Sikomo Gwambili. Thank you for giving us second home, the home from where we are operating as if we're in our own homes. I, in particular, was a young fellow when I was sent from UN when I was only 34 years old. Now I'm going to be 80 years old. Sent to set up an institution under UN auspices to train Namibians for future responsibilities. I was young, a freedom fighter, but President Kaunda welcomed him. He welcomed me, helped me to set up that institute. Throughout our stay here, his doors were open to me. His advice was always available when I was sometimes getting frustrated. We trained thousands of Namibians from here. And they went back. I was a leader, director of elections, and President Kaunda called me to come to State House before I left. And he told me, go well. But when you are going to be there, try to reconcile Namibian people. Your message should be that of peace and that of uniting Namibian people. I then, for the first time, was escorted in my life, first time, escorted by outriders, sitting on the back of the car and taken to the airport. The airport, Zambia Airways plane was there. And I then said, am I going back to a country I didn't see for 27 years, grew up outside, kind of. And I remember those words, that our country was divided racist. Whites were oppressing us, and President Kaunda is telling me to go back there and reconcile people. Okay, I came there, of course, received racist history. We campaigned, we won. But as I was now coming, Namibians whom I left behind, and I came with the Deputy Prime Minister, who was our last representative here for independence, to say, since we cannot go and bury President Kaunda, you are going there on our behalf, please go and say thank you to Zambian people. Thank you, Sikomo Kwambili. We have been here, tough times, Zambia suffered. As my colleagues already said, those who represent the former liberation movements. You suffered because of us. Sanctions were applied against Rhodesia, but Zambia carried the burden of the sanctions, suffered more than Zimbabwe, because Zimbabwe, Rhodesia, there was a thing where they were busting Zambia, sanctions. So Zambia suffered. And so all of us who are freedom fighters, as we heard from those who spoke before me, are all saying, thank you, President Kaunda, thank you, Zambia, Sikomo Kwambili. To Comrade Kaunda's dear children, grandchildren, and family, to the fraternal people of Zambia, we the people of Namibia offer sincerest condolences to you on the loss of this great Pan-Africanist and a beloved son of Africa. In sadness and tears, we offer our sympathies and share with you this huge national loss. President Kaunda, although we will miss your physical presence, your counsel and advice will continue to guide us to, as you said in your own words, and quote unquote, continuously advance and inculcate the ideals of Pan-Africanism in all Africans, both on the continent and around the world, young and old, to keep Pan-African dream alive for all Africans. Let me also, before I close, reveal to Namibians that I had to steal from Zambia certain concepts. Some Namibians think it was mine. They think it's mine. But one Namibia, one nation, I brought there. It is there. One Zambia, one nation. I took it from here. And Namibians still, it's I who brought it, it's ours. I stole it from here. During independence, we had Lungu, not you, Your Excellency, Chief of Protocol, whom we stole from here. I took him from here to go to Namibia to be kind of a chief of protocol, to prepare for our independence. We took all President Kaunda's VIP cars, all of them, drove to Namibia. And the first convoys we had there for independence, for Colonel Newman to come with, were your cars. So, Sikomo Kwambili. Go well, son of Africa. We will not only celebrate your legacy, but we vow to live it, to be inspired by the blessings of your life's work, to build upon the foundations of solidarity, freedom, and peace which you fought for. May the Almighty God grant the soul of Comrade Kenneth David Kaunda eternal rest and peace. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are almost coming to the end of speeches, but one. Allow me to call to the podium His Excellency Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, Your Excellency the First Lady, Mama Esther Lungu, the family of our late departed father, Your Excellency, heads of state and allow me, Your Excellency, first and foremost, to bring the condolences of the people of Kenya, and also as the chair of the East African community, to bring the condolences of the people of East Africa to the family of the late Kenneth Kaunda, and to you, Your Excellency, and through you, to all the people of Zambia. We join you here today to say farewell to one of the last great sons of Africa, a man who committed his entire life to the service not only of the people of Zambia, but to the service of the people of this great continent of Africa. Today, we mourn a father and a man who was willing to sacrifice in order to ensure that justice and right prevailed and stood by for the people of Africa. President Kaunda was not satisfied with the independence of Zambia, and he committed himself to ensuring that not only was Zambia free and able to determine her own destiny, but he also committed to lead the struggle to ensure that many other countries on this African continent were able to get justice, were able to get the right to determine their own future, and this at great sacrifice, not only to himself personally, but also to Zambia as a nation. We will remember President Kaunda in Kenya as a great friend and partner of the first President of the Republic of Kenya, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. I remember fondly the many, many moments they shared together, fought and struggled together for this continent. I personally, today, can say I truly have lost not only a mentor, but a person who greatly inspired me as well. President Kaunda taught us, and this is something that is greatly forgotten, that there is life after high office. He accepted the will of the people of Zambia graciously, with humility, and lived the remainder of his life in dignity and in continued service to the people of Zambia through such initiatives as highlighting the case for HIV, his work for children, amongst many other activities of ensuring peace and bringing parties together across the African continent. These are lessons that we should never forget. These are lessons that we shall carry forward. And even as we say goodbye to this giant of Africa, we say goodbye to his mortal remains, but his spirit shall live with us for a very long time to come. Today, we say goodbye to a father. We wish him the peace of Christ. We wish him the comfort of eternal rest, together with all those who have gone before him. We pray for his soul, and we remain committed today and going forward to not only his call of one Zambia, one nation, but also the spirit of Pan-Africanism, the unity of the African continent and her people, and our ability to be able to continue to struggle for justice on our continent as we move on and live the legacy that these great men of Africa have left behind for us. Rest in peace, Father. Rest in peace, our leader. May God give his family comfort, and may God comfort the people of Zambia in this most difficult time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Before we have the final speech from the host president, who is our President of the Republic of Zambia, a combined defense and security choir, a short song. Thank you.
Mukasungane Zambia we know. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Akatambala kabuta kona mishila bana bangi. Mula ibukisho kubuta kumutima bana bangi. Wikale kana buke katane bukate mwane. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Wikasumbia mulapa wenakana. Wikasumbia mulapa wenakana. Wikaleka bana bakachule nakana. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Awene nakana. Wikasumbia mulapa wenakana. Wikaleka bana bakachule. Bakachule nakana. Mukasungane Zambia. Mukasungane. Let's go.
Paliva imwe nakane mpasase pali imwe Mukasungane Zambia we know. Mubulukane Zambia Usikilu sulula mali luhalile. Mulapa awe nakana. Awe ile nakana. Wikasumbia mulapa awe nakana. Awe ile nakana. Wikaleka bana bakachule nakana. Mukasungane Zambia we know. Mukasungane
Thank you so much, Defense and Security Choir. Thank you. You remain there. Thank you so much, Conductor. Your Excellencies, what they're trying to portray are the 73 tribes. And the message which His Excellency has left is that work together, never shed blood. And I declare under apostolic anointing, Zambia shall see no bloodshed. It is now my rare honor and privilege to invite the host president, our beloved president, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, to speak to the nation. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, Mr. Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya,
Your Excellency Dr. Hage Geingob, President of the Republic of Namibia, Your Excellency Mr. Filipe Jacinto Nyusi, President of the Republic of Mozambique and our chairperson of SADC, Your Excellency Dr. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, Your Excellency, my dear brother, Dr. Emerson Dabiso Mnangagwa, President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Your Excellency Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, President of the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellency Dr. Eric Mogwetsi Masisi, President of the Republic of Botswana, Your Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, of the United Republic of Tanzania, and representative of Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Your Excellency Mr. Bonito de Sousa Autaza Diogo, Vice President of the Republic of Angola, Your Excellency Mr. Musa Faki Mahamat, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Your Excellency Mr. Tagetse Chafoduro, Speaker of the House of the People's Representative, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Your Excellency Mr. Nikola Selakovic, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Serbia, Your Excellency Mr. James Studridge, Minister for Africa from the United Kingdom, Your Excellency Mrs. Namwanina Kiumba Nana, Minister in the Office of the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Your Excellency the Right Honorable Patricia Scotland, QC, Secretary General of the Commonwealth Secretariat, Your Excellency Ms. Shileshe Mpundu Kapwepwe, Secretary General of the Common Market for East and Southern Africa, COMESA, Your Excellency Ambassador Salisu Uma Zainab, Senior Director, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors, and High Commissioners present this afternoon, members of the press, both local and international, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We are gathered here today to celebrate the life of an African political giant. We are here to remember the life of a freedom fighter, a statesman, a Pan-Africanist, a patriot. We are also here to pay utmost respect to a great man, a legend, a true African icon, and the founding father of our country, Zambia. At the age of 97, many people would say we are celebrating the life of Kenneth David Kaunda rather than mourning him. But when I received the message of the demise of our first president, I shed tears and I was heartbroken. Every April 28th, I ensured that I visited his home to celebrate his birthday with him. I felt that on his birthdays, I could spend time with him and just show him how much we, as a nation, are indebted to him and how much we loved him. But it was also to celebrate with him his long life and good health. I was always amazed at his good sight and at the way he nonchalantly read those lovely messages in his birthday card without having to use glasses. That is why I was shocked when I heard the sad news of his passing, because I believed sincerely that the man could have been with us just a little bit longer. The last time I saw KK, as he was fully known to the world and most of us, was again on 28th April this year. And as if to say goodbye to me and my delegation, he blessed all of us, literally touching over our heads with his trademark white handkerchief and whispering blessings to each one of us. But many other people would tell you similar stories. Just a few days ago, on Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation television, I saw a documentary of KK blessing President Mnangagwa and his delegation when they visited him. President Kenneth Kaunda was a freedom fighter who, through long-held perseverance, tenacity, and personal sacrifice, helped liberate Zambia from colonial rule. He and his many colleagues now gone believed that we Africans deserved to decide our own destiny as a people, and that we could not be discriminated against and have our natural resources plundered by settlers while we wallowed in abject poverty and degradation. When independence arrived, KK, as young as he was unfazed, and he and his cabinet embarked on not only using the available resources to build our country, but embarked boldly on nationalism. Understandably, there were few Zambians with the right qualifications, and this great man embarked on a robust program to educate Zambians, both young and old. While KK worked to develop Zambia, which he did, much of Southern Africa was not free. There was civil war in Angola, in Mozambique, like you have already heard, apartheid in South Africa, liberation struggles in Namibia and Zimbabwe. KK knew that as long as Southern Africa remained unstable, Zambia's development would remain a pipe dream. To this effect, I'm not surprised to see heads of state and government present at this funeral. I see other foreign dignitaries present, despite the dangerous world we are living in with the COVID pandemic. But I know you could not miss this moment, because the man we are bidding farewell to meant a lot to you and your countries, just like he did to us. KK hosted many nationals and liberation movements to achieve this deal. And despite fears and discontent by some Zambian citizens that hosting our brothers and sisters from the region was endangering the country, despite attack from colonial governments in the region and loss of life, KK did not back home. I am a product of KK's free education up to university. President Mnangagwa would tell a similar story about KK's belief in the education of African children, having been educated here himself, as you have already heard him attest. It was because of that vision that some of us here are privileged to be presidents. Without KK's vision, as President Mnangagwa has put it, when he came here, the two of us, at least I speak for the two of us, could not have reached where we are. KK always talked about the eradication of poverty and disease amongst Africans, especially the African child. This was why, under his leadership, hospitals and health centers were built across the country. We enjoyed free access to medical facilities under KK, regardless of our origins. By origins, I'm not referring to Zambian tribes, I'm referring to regional countries who were hosted in this country. Freedom fighters who lived here, we all had access to free medical services. Most of all, under KK, unity was of utmost importance. Our motto, one Zambia, one nation, exemplifies just how much KK believed in the ideal that no nation could develop without unity. KK preached the gospel according to Matthew. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. This he emphasized in his philosophy of humanism, which professed helping one another. Those of us who are there who remember Humanism Week, which was a special period which preceded our Independence Day on 24th October. During Humanism Week, every Zambian was called upon to render help to the needy. As school children, we spent the week cleaning in hospitals and other public places. While many will tell you that KK exuded an aura of reverence, those close to him would actually tell you that behind that reverence was a kind, friendly, and caring human being. KK11. When the KK11 was playing, and I hope Kalushabola is around here, the match would not start until he juggled the ball and ferociously kicked it in any direction. That was KK for you. He loved golf too. And encourage the growth of sport 1991, as you have already heard from President Uhuru, nor his retirement from active politics in 1999. He became a committed activist against HIV and AIDS in Africa. He was bold and compassionate about the fight against HIV and AIDS, and banished stigma and discrimination from the early days of the pandemic. Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, Super Kenny, what a great patriot you were, sir. Go well. The nation you loved loves you back. Africa remembers your benevolence. The world appreciated you in life and appreciates you in death. May God bless you. May God bless this country you served so well and so passionately. May God bless the Africa you helped liberate. I say thank you for all you did for us all, sir. May your soul rest in eternal peace. I thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We are now transiting into body viewing. May I ask the mortician to prepare the body for body viewing. In the meantime, Defense and Security Choir, as they prepare the body, we shall have His Excellency will lead his fellow head of state and government to body viewing. Defense and Security Choir. Mortician. stage. Thank you, Your Excellencies. Remain seated, sir. To join the host president down for body viewing. Your Excellencies, we may proceed, Your Excellencies. At one go, Your Excellencies. To close the body viewing will be the service chiefs. Thank you. Just hold on, Mortician. Don't close. The service chiefs are coming down. You can now close, Mortician. May I invite the pallbearers? Can the pallbearers take your position right now?
so